Oh, yucky, yucky.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Syntell with the Intel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the incredible Jaby Koay.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, I know you all been waiting for this. This is episode 3 of Money Heist. Not the regular one, but Korea, ladies and gentlemen.
The irregular one.
Yeah, the irregular one. Normally I give this spiel about the short and condensed version, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic to Jaby because he can give you all of the incredible details of how this experience can be even grander.
So you're seeing a cut down version of our reaction because with YouTube we're only allowed to display a limited amount of picture-in-picture, but if you want to watch the entire episode with us, uncut, uninterrupted, head over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/Jaby Koay, or become a member of my YouTube channel, youtube.com/GetJaby. We have memberships over there, and if you become a member of either of those platforms, you can watch the whole thing with us, but you will need your own Netflix subscription so you can open up the episodes in an adjacent window to our reaction, and it's like you're watching it with two of your favorite pals from the internet.
Oh,
it's just like
that's Moscow, right?
Yeah, this is just like the original, the Spanish one. His son picks him up, right? And then his son tells him he's in a bunch of trouble.
That part. Man, you got a really good memory. I kind of forgot a bit of that. That's the thing. This is like an indirect.
Oh, no. They changed it up.
Oh.
You saw it was the professor.
That was the professor.
Yeah.
제 계획엔 선생님이 꼭 필요합니다. 하지만 한번 합류하기로 결정하시면 되돌릴 수 없으니까 신중하게 고민해 보시고.
됐고. 고마입시다.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. Yep, you knew it.
한 놈만 낀 가주소.
Oh, nice change-up.
모스크바는 곧장 덴버를 찾아갔지만 녀석을 만나려면 번호표를 뽑아야 한다.
Oh, some Jackie Chan action. You know what? In this version of the show, Denver might be my favorite character.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he's definitely doing some parkour.
Yes. Oh, that is not a stuntman, ladies and gentlemen. That is really him.
Hey. Oh, what? That was right in his face.
Right? Yo, but Papa's on time, though.
His dad can run.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a lot more spry than the previous father, right? Yo, I like that. That was well done.
Yeah, I agree.
야, 우리 아빠 옛날 점심 어디 안 가네. 됐다.
Oh, now he's feeling it now. Once that adrenaline settles out of your system, then you're like, oh God, real life. Human being.
You are a mere mortal.
You know, I was laughing earlier because I know you so well. Whenever Syntell's having like massive computer issues that are sending him into a tizzy, into a flippant into a hot rage, he turns that rage into some crazy level of cosmic enthusiasm for whatever he's watching. He's like, let's go. It's like extra Syntell. Syntell OP.
I do it for the people because I love y'all, man.
I think I'm the same way though, because I'm just so furiously trying to get my live streams going sometimes, and then once it's finally live, I'm just like extra amped.
That energy got to go somewhere, man.
Exactly.
시킨 게 아니라 미선이가 자진해서 한 거거든.
그리고도 당신이 국장이?
This is starting to feel a little bit Squid Game.
Little bit.
쌤한테 말이 심한 거 아니야?
윤 대리가 남조선 사람이었어도 저리 죽게 놔둘까지.
Yep.
어?
아니 거기서 나만 북한이 왜 나와?
아 우리들 싸움으로 돌아가.
Nobody trying to hear all that. I got the gun. Chill out.
Well, they gave the muscle some lines. Because remember Helsinki
Yeah,
or whatever his name is had no lines in the show, right?
None. Like very few.
Him and his buddy. You know, we haven't gotten much in the way of like a connection with Tokyo.
Outside of that opening sequence, right?
Yeah.
아이 근데 아이씨 사형이 근데 이거 총 진짜로 맞으면 진짜 존나게 아플 낀데 참을 수 있겠냐?
That's like to the bone, though. Make it a flesh wound. Ah, that's deep. Oh, shoot. Ah.
Yeah, they're making Tokyo a better character. Even though we haven't gotten as much time with her up until this point.
Well, her motives seem so much more clear.
Yeah.
It's not clouded by the crazy. The crazy can be hot, though.
Oh, yucky.
Ah.
Ugh.
Ah.
You ever had a cut like that where it just keeps like pumping out blood? It's the worst.
You're like, am I gonna die? That's a lot of blood.
Yeah. I got a cut like that once in the shower, and I told Syntell about it, and he fell over laughing. I was doing shower yoga.
No, I remember the avocado giving you some heat, bruh.
리더 자리에서 끌어내려야지. 근데 그러려면 먼저 헬싱키랑 오슬로.
That's a lot of people. That's like half your team.
결국 이 섬세하고 아름다운 계획도 제가 돼서 흔적만 남아있겠지. 그때 밖에 있던 교수가 할 수 있는 거? 아무것도 없어. 결국 누군가는 혼란 속에서 질서를 만들어야 한다. 이 말이야.
그 적임자가 당신이다.
Man, she's had it out for him for a while.
Yeah.
미안하지만 모스크바는 따로 중요한 임무가 있어. 우리를 다시 세상과 연결해줄 탈출로를 만드는 거야.
What I was going to say earlier was what makes the show strong is smart people battling smart people.
인질들을 풀어주고.
Like that's what made the original cool.
탈출로로 빠져나갈 거야.
You know, because the professor's so smart,
인질들이 얘기해 줘.
and then the negotiator's so smart, generally,
Yeah.
when she's not falling in love.
Yeah, that part.
야, 나 거짓말.
이 짓거리를 내가 언제까지 해야 되는 거야 지금?
뭡니까? 국장님한테 볼 일이 있으니 박 대리인 잠깐 빠지시오.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn. Civil War.
아 참, 저 금방 걱정할 때가 니가. 그때 시기가 뭐라고 그거를. 하나.
He was rich. That's what she saw.
강도들이 쓸데없는 짓만 하지 않는다면 인간적으로 대해준다고 했습니다. 쓸데없는 짓 마시오. 가만히 있기랑 가서. 가만히 있지 않으면.
Otherwise, we'll smack you up, bitch.
Oh.
우리가 바로 볼 텐데 저 새끼들이 우리를 살려주겠어. 튀면 바로 죽일 거 아니야.
우리 그만하시오. 당신 머릿속에 당신밖에 없는 건 내 모를 것 같소.
야, 너야말로 지금 인민 재판 하자는 거 아니야?
The kangaroo court.
나오네.
거기가?
야, 이 북한 놈들이 반란을 일으키자.
Damn.
이 완자이가 말이 아예 통하는 종자야. 이참에 제대로 좀 봐주게.
이러지 마.
I wonder if this is like accurate culturally, right? You know, would North Koreans be more likely to be
Aggressive?
Like, let's just play by the rules?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
얼마나 어딜 가가지고 이래 만드는. 자자, 장비들 놓고 밥들 먹으러 갑시다. 아이? 아, 뭐하노? 빨빨 와라.
He's got that Papa warmth to him. He's definitely got the Papa warmth.
Man, I'm hungry. Golly, should have ate before we did a review.
I was wondering why you're so mad.
I'm hangry.
아이 근데 인질들 분위기가 와 이라노?
와, 이제야 우리 체제가 잘 작동하고 있는 것 같은데.
내 혼자 쎄 빠지게 굴 빠는데 뭔 일이 있었던 건 아니고?
Oh, yeah, he still don't even know yet.
그렇게 오랜 세월 동안 죽일 듯이 싸워왔는데 모아둔다고 쉽게 어울려지 가서 우리가 나쁠 거 없디. 지들끼리 싸우느라 우리를 적으로 안 보디 않아.
I just realized we had similar things come up in Squid Game. Because I think the main lady that makes it almost to the end is also North Korean.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes. I don't know how you think you're going to keep that secret away. I mean, everybody in the building literally saw you do, or heard you do the deed. Might as well just fess up.
Whoa!
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 Huh. The only reason why this is believable is because we knew he was an MMA fighter. So it makes sense. I can believe it a little bit. But normally, I'd have been like, no way. Right. His action scenes are I look forward to them.
Oh, why would you do that, lady? Oh, damn, she's just as dumb as she was in the other show. Damn. Oh, no.
Why?
Oh, damn.
Damn. All right, Denver.
So how do you cover this up and this is happening in episode 3. How do you cover this up and explain this shit?
영민 씨, 저는 살아 있어요.
You know, as someone who can't read the Korean characters, I wonder how that looks to your average Korean. If it looks nice and easy and legible, or if it looks like doctor's handwriting.
일단 어떻게든 내가 한번 확인해 볼게. 놈들이 뭘 알아냈는지. 사건 발생 일주일 전 조폐구가 편의점 CCTV 영상입니다. 역시.
확대해봐.
So in the original, Helsinki's boy gets messed up by, I think, the hostages.
Yeah, he gets clubbed in the back of the head with a brick or something, right?
That happens way later.
강도 패거리들의 정체는 아직도 확인되지 않았으니
조폐국은 사건이 발생한 지 3일째지만 아직까지 소강 상태가 지속될 뿐 이렇다 할 상황은 벌어지지 않.
The coffee company LLC. So he is making coffee instead of beer.
Instead of apple juice, right?
Right.
It was an apple. What do you call it?
Apple cider.
Apple cider, yeah. Quick! Come on, Guy Pearce.
I know, right?
와, 그 시기에 네 면상이라도 찍혔을 거야.
Oh, I was wondering about this. I was like, how is he going to get inside the tent?
넌 알아?
잘 알지. 그거이 아주 위험하다는 것도.
위험한 건 너야, 베를린. 인질을 처형.
I don't remember all of this happening until a little bit later in the first season, right?
Yeah, I like that this is speeding up.
아, 들어가시면 안 된다니까요. 그러니까요. 지금 사무진 경감님께 드릴 말씀이 있어서 그래요. 개인적인
Wow, he knew exactly where to go.
됐으니까 경찰 부르기 전에 돌려보내. 지금 당장.
글쎄 그 밥만 먹고 헤어질 거니까.
Awkward.
일 크게 만들지 말자.
진짜 시끄러운 게 뭔지 보고 싶지 않으면 당장 집에 보내. 마지막 경고야.
Wow.
야,
I mean, she is a cop. I'd believe her.
I like that response. I will show you overacting, motherfucker.
I ain't playing with you. Their relationship is so much more believable in this version.
Yes.
써준 건 고맙지만 여긴 보안 시설이에요.
Super secure.
He just violated that.
알겠어요.
Just walk right in.
He literally just walked up in that bad boy. I'm working. Nobody want to hear all that when I'm working. Get your ass behind the line.
It's stupid how much a man will do for pussy.
Yes. Yes.
뭐 하는 사람이야?
신경 쓸 거 없어요.
You flip the genders, assuming that none of the bank heist stuff is involved. Woman's like, you know what? We're done. I'm good on this. I'm out. Guys are like, but you're telling me there's a shot.
교수의 상황은 절박했다. 교수는 결국
Oh, he saw it.
원하던
Caught it.
카드를 손에 넣었다.
알았으니까 잠깐만.
실례했습니다. 예, 실례했습니다.
하지만 이 도박
That's like some card counting skills, you know? He's able to like assess.
거부한다면 너는 교수가 부재 중인 상황에서 쿠데타를 일으키게 된 거니까. 결과적으로 계획을 망치는 쪽인 누구 가서.
Hot facts. Dealing with that logic.
I really, really hate fake driving in movies and TV shows, dude. It's the worst. With the it's
not
like
why they drive like this.
No one drives like that. You were doing that on the road, you'll be crashing. It's like drunk driving.
그게 아니라 진짜로 뭐 이 새끼야. 뭐 이씨. 정말 씨. 이딴 새끼가 뭐라고 이거를 진짜. 아유 씨. 안 들어가나? 빨리 들어가라.
He hates him so much.
So much.
He hates him so much. He's like, I just wish, just give me an excuse. Just give me an excuse. Just say the right thing so I can just put my hands on you.
What happens when you don the cape?
괜히 긁어 부스러 만들지 말게요. 강도도 말고 우리 손에 찢어 죽기 싫어.
Looking like, don't look over here.
Oh
sucker.
man, that was great. Denver's like, say what again? I double dare you.
I double dare you.
그러다 아무도 죽여선 안 된다는 금기까지 깨버렸고 이대로 두면 결국 교수의 계획은 제가 될 거야.
긴 말할 거 없어. 너희들이 좋아하는 다수결로 하자.
He's like, I'm sticking to these facts.
He's like, I got a busted ass nose here. Helsinki's buddy.
고맙지만 지금 편가르기를 하자는 게 아니야. 다들 처음에 우리가 왜 이 계획에 동참했는지를 생각해봐. 교수를 믿었기 때문이잖아. 저 통제 역전은 세디스트 때문이 아니라. 안 그래?
That look, that little snide little laugh that he had, it was creepy as hell.
대리 투표는 불법인 거 모르니?
You gotta wait.
결과에 승복하지 그래.
That secret's gonna be blown out when Moscow walks in.
Wow, you were away. Yeah.
Going just like you planned.
원래 현장이 이래. 상황 따라 움직여야지.
아이 씨발마 이거 씨. 마 리오 말이 정신 차리라. 에? 졸지 마라 그딴 걸로. 어? 얼굴 좀.
I mean, but it's justified, yo. It's your name that's on blast.
집 나간 네 엄마가 아들내미가 강도질한다는 뉴스 보면 참으로 좋아라 하시겠다. 아이씨. 나가리
I get to
싸구려.
his mama. Yeah.
대대로 전과자 집안에 사람까지
Oh no.
Oh.
만약 덴버가 그 여자를 처형 안 했으면 그걸로 끝나지 않았을 거야.
Man, you knew that was gonna come
Oh, that's
up.
heartbreaking, though.
You knew that was gonna come up and just mess things up.
사람을 절대 안 죽일 거라며. 네 계획대로. 네가 계산한 대로 다 될 걸 안 했나? 근데 이게 뭐고? 와장한 사람을 죽이러 와장. 아빠, 아빠.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
아빠.
Man, everything is all discombobulated.
이것도 다 변명이겠지만 변변이 가진 것도 배운 것도 없어가 자식 새끼라고는 아들내미 딱 하나 있는.
My little idiot.
잘 끝내가. 그리고 우리도 놈들처럼 멀쩡하게 평범하게 그래 딱 한 번만 살아보자.
알았다. 아, 나 목을. 이구나. 하지 마라 진짜. 울기만 해봐라.
알았다.
Ah, that was a good scene. I like that scene. That was good.
누가 문을 열고 있어? 조폐국 문이 열립니다.
Does no one have eyes on the main gate? Come on.
아이씨. 나 벌금 가려야 된다.
가면을 썼고 무장 상태입니다.
Yo, they are moving.
Dude, military precision is so fun to watch.
이제 와서 일한다고 내가 네 말을 믿을 것 같나?
아이 너 진짜 안 죽겠다니까. 어? 그 여자 살아있다 지금. 토끼한테 가서 물을 빨아 진짜. 아이씨.
진짜가?
You got a red dot on your head. At least they had time to perfect their V formation.
Yeah, I know, right? It's very organized.
공포를 심어주는 수밖에 없어.
물론 난 네 숭고한 뜻을 존중해. 도쿄가 그걸 따르는 것도 알디. 하지만 빛이 있는 곳은 늘 그림자가.
Wait a second. Helsinki's boy saw her alive.
Yeah, well, maybe. We don't know. He put his gun in, but
I thought he looked
didn't
at
really,
her.
like, look.
Oh, all right.
That's what I'm guessing.
싸울 생각 없어. 얌전히 다시 들어갈 거니까 당신들이야말로 총 버려.
보고만 있을 거야? 뭐라도 해야지.
섣불리 움직이면 상황이 더 복잡해져요.
진짜.
That was a nice glance at the news reporters.
Yeah.
워치 영상이 유출되고 나서 멤버들도 네 생각대로 움직이기 시작했어. 혹시 의도한 거야?
설마.
He's growing on me, man.
알겠으니까 야 진짠치만 말하라니까. 일단 들어가자고. 징징거릴 시간 없다니까 이 새끼야. 징징거려? 아이 쪼다 새끼가 들로 와이라노. 움직이지 마 이 새끼들아. 움직이면 쏜다. 움직이지 마.
Oh, this is where he gets shot in the shoulder.
Yep.
깨우지 마. 버려.
지금 뭐 하는 거야? 당장 총 버려.
뛰지 마. 오지 마.
총 버리라고.
조심해. 총 버려. 알았어.
쏴야 한다.
Call it. Take the shot. Man, y'all are really drawing this shit out. Come on, I get it.
Oh.
Man, they love that.
Chunky shot.
They love that tomato sound.
Oh, credits. I knew they was going to roll credits after it, though.
That's cool, man. I like what they're changing up here. I mean, it feels like more streamlined. They're moving things around and they're keeping it interesting for those of us who have seen the original season, you know?
Yeah. What did you prefer? The original rooftop scene, or did you prefer the new and improved version?
I like them both. They're cool. I just really like Denver's character a lot, and I like how they're building Tokyo's character as well. The way they've changed up Berlin, it's still like a development for me, because there are moments of him, like fleeting moments where I'm like, oh, he's cool. But like I'm having to like really divorce myself from the charm that was Berlin in the original, and that's tough, because I have to let it go in favor of this guy's fucking evil, and that's what they want to sell us on, is that it's like, there's nothing charming and cute about his narcissism.
Nope.
He's evil. And I'm like, all right, I get you, show. It's just that with the original Berlin, it just felt a little bit more layered, whereas this is more of like, this is a bad guy. There's no mistaking he's a bad guy. Whereas with Berlin, it's like, oh, like, you're awful, I kind of don't like you, but I love you. You know, it's like, you know what I mean?
It was the charisma.
Yeah.
He had he had just so much charisma as somebody that you couldn't really quite figure out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas this guy just spews just dangerous.
Yes.
Everything about him seems dangerous. He reminds me of like a cobra or something. He's just, you never know when he's going to strike. And then he gives these smirks that I love. They're $1 million smirks, but they're not charming smirks.
Yeah.
You know, it's really devious in what's going on behind the eyelids. Like what's he really thinking?
Yeah. I really, really appreciated Moscow in the original, but I like this variation of Moscow as well, who's like the very enthusiastic dad who, you know, I buy him as that guy who just wants like the best for his son, and he feels the limitations of his own intelligence, if you will, like his own ability to get so far in life. And he's like, okay, here's a lottery opportunity where I can give something to my son, and the pain he's feeling as a result of getting his son involved in something this complicated and dangerous, like I read that pain as well in him. I really like what they've done with Moscow here. You know, both of them are cool. You know, it's easier for me to divorce myself from the original Moscow because I didn't have as much love for him as I did Berlin, I guess.
Okay.
You know, because
Okay.
I like both of them. The moments with the professor are quite different because the acting in general here, I think, is a lot more grounded, if that makes any sense. Not that the acting was bad in the original, it was just more animated. Even from the professor, who, as good as he is, it was a lot more like shaking, a lot bigger. Whereas this, everybody across the board is more Hollywood, you know, everything like close up. You know what I'm talking about? Where there's like two kinds of acting styles, where you're more theatrical, like you're on a stage, and then there's the more grounded acting, where it's like everything's contained in the eyes. And I think that's what I'm appreciating about the actor playing Denver a lot, is that while he has his moments of enthusiasm, he's a lot more like, I know the camera's this close and I'm going to behave as such, you know? All of them are doing that very, very well, very effective, you know, at just communicating with their eyes and micro expressions. And so I appreciate the acting style a lot in this version of the show.
Now, I'm going out on a limb, and please forgive me if this sounds offensive, but I'm just trying to get the conversation started. Now, there are some countries where it's mandatory to have to serve. Like, I know Israel is one of those countries where you have to
2
serve
years.
somewhere. Right. And I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I believe South Korea is as well, right? I don't know if it's to the extent, but I do know that serving is a very, very big part of just the culture, right?
That sounds familiar. Is serving in the South Korean military mandatory?
Well,
I don't know for sure. No, you're right, because BTS had to do it. I just remembered that. So a member of BTS had to do it. All Korean men between the ages of 18 and 35 are required to perform compulsory military service. While military service is not mandatory for women, South Korea does allow them to enlist.
Okay, well, I say all that to say that there is a bit of a precision that I'm seeing, and I'm only using just this one example within this one show. There's a bit of precision that we're seeing. Everything from instances of the military being used to when we see all of the characters handling weapons to even some of the acting style, that grounded feeling that you're saying. And I'm wondering if culturally as well, because there's a lot of things that I may be missing due to culture, but I'm wondering like where that precision of how everything has been going about maybe comes from. And I'm wondering if that may have something to do with it. There's a difference between how the military is used and seen in the Spanish version than the one that we're seeing right now, including some of the fighting styles and then like even from an acting actor's kind of like standpoint, it's serious.
Yeah.
You gave a reference earlier regarding how things may seem like more theatrical, which is bigger.
Yeah.
And then how things are more like
filmic.
Very, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, and please, for those in the comments, if I'm overstepping, please let me know. I'm wondering if that is something that contributes to the South Korean style of shooting when we see projects like this.
That's hard to say for sure. I mean, my mind is diverging into two different places. The impulse to internalize the acting more, I think it speaks more just to the acting style in general that's being employed here. I don't know if that has anything to do with the military, but it made me think, like, you know, remembering that information made me think, I think that should be across the board for every country. 2 years of military. I think that everybody should be like, that should be a law, because I feel like that really, really teaches you a lot about character and development and growth. And I think the same thing about like everybody at some point in their lives should work at a restaurant for at least a month. Like you need to know what that feels like. You have to know what that interaction is like. Most of all of us at some point will sit down in a restaurant and eat. And your manner, the way you conduct yourself in a restaurant will be informed by whether or not you've worked at a restaurant. I'm certain of it, you know, because I behave a certain way and I have a certain attitude towards people at restaurants because of how much time I spent working in restaurants, as a, you know, the cliche of being an actor in LA. But anyway, that's a completely different thing.
Well, there's an appreciation of working in a service industry, and especially working for tips.
Yeah, and
you know, there's a different way of living it.
There might be something to what you're saying in terms of, you know, being in the military informs you being more grounded, informs your natural understanding of formation, like the V formation you mentioned.
Right.
I'm inclined to say, you know what, that's a great excuse, and I'll go with that as to why they were able to have that formation in that moment. And I'm fully willing to believe that the banker guy, who's such a big, you know, wuss.
Bitch.
Huh?
A bitch.
Yeah.
That's what you mean to say.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet that he comes from money and was able to find a way to buy his way out of that. You know? Now, obviously, this is conjecture, and we're projecting onto these characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's be clear about that. Yes.
Yeah. But I do like that you brought that up. That's an interesting point I didn't even consider. I'm very curious where things go from here, because they're tweaking things in a way that they definitely didn't do in the original, and they're advancing things to later episodes way faster. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, that's interesting. I wonder how they're going to like deal with that problem. It puts me in a space where I'm like, some of this, I don't know how they're going to move forward, you know? And that's a good place to be, you know?
Yes. That's what we wanted, though. We were saying that in previous episodes for those of us who are going through this a second time. But there needs to be a reason for us to show up to the next episode, right?
Yeah.
And they're doing things like that. Like there's an interesting move that was being made with the guy that was the bank manager, and there's like a bit of like a coup per se. The prisoners taking him out of his role of leadership, you know? And the thing is that I wish I knew more culturally as to a lot of the motivations, because the North Korea, South Korea thing was brought up again, and then we saw it also as well when there was a rift between the people doing the heist, and when Berlin is having his position threatened, you know, he threw out, well, let's have a democratic vote to go along with this. You know, it was a bit tongue in cheek. Now, I may not know all the details as to how deeply tongue in cheek it goes, but I know enough to pick that up, right? It's like, okay, so there is a beef, an internal beef between the people that have the heist, and there could be that disconnect between people that are part of the heist group from the North and people from the South.
I would need that explained to me as well, because looking at Japan and South Korea during the height of pandemic, it seemed like they were a lot more organized than, say, we were here in the States. You know, South Korea was actually doing phenomenal in terms of keeping COVID under control, because everyone understood what the problem was collectively and decided to wear masks collectively, and we're following that rule. And so this notion, like, I don't know if it's being expressed in the show or if we're just reading too much. Like the idea that the Northerners are following these rules because they come from that dictatorship background, in their history. I don't know if that's necessarily what's being communicated here, because a South Korean and a Japanese person are just as likely to follow orders in a particular circumstance, you know?
Okay,
so
that's
I don't know if that actually has anything to do with it. It might. I'm not exactly certain there. So there are definitely cultural layers in there that we might be missing because of that. So yeah, I'd love to get just as educated.
Yeah, keep in mind we are certainly foreigners trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
We have realized that this version of the story seems to be more streamlined. Like they've done a really good job of cutting some of the fat. And one of the things that was really fatty regarding the original Spanish version were the flashback scenes between some of the individual people. They gave you like a little bit of backstory to kind of justify some of the actions and motivations that you see.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a lot of that in this, but we did get one. We got one big one today, and that was the relationship between Moscow and not Rio and Denver. Would you prefer to see more of this, or are we really enjoying this sleek, leaner version of the storytelling?
There were instances where I felt like they were flashing back too much in the original. This might have been an overcorrection. I don't know for sure until we get to the until we finish the 6th episode and then the episodes after. Right. But as it is so far, I'm enjoying where they're taking it. I think that what the flashbacks afforded us was the opportunity to discover some of the characters more, in particular Tokyo. Up until this episode, like, we were missing a lot of Tokyo in her development as a character. We understand her and we respect her more, but we are missing her overall. And so I'm wondering where this is going to go from here. I liked the scene work here with her and Berlin. I thought that was cool in terms of just amping up the stakes. And everyone's got their guns on each other like a Tarantino film, or a John Woo film, as it were. I like that scene work. I thought that was pretty cool. The only thing that kind of struck me was, if I'm in that room, we're playing to realism, I would have told Berlin to back up and sit in the corner. Because ain't no damn way I'm going to keep my gun trained on someone's face like that for 10 minutes. I'm just not. Like, they might try and move on me, and if I'm half of his size, he could disarm me, you know?
Okay.
As dangerous as the situation might be. But that's a minor thing. But speaking of things that might be minor to other people, I am enjoying the music more here than I did in the other one. The reason why is because they kept playing the same Hans Zimmer Dark Knight inspired music over and over again throughout the show. Whereas here they have like this, what I can only classify as like a Harry Gregson Williams type of sound that we've heard in the likes of The Rock, Armageddon, maybe Bad Boys, all the famous Jerry Bruckheimer films, perhaps even Top Gun. Jerry Bruckheimer, a lot of the times he used the same composer to achieve a similar sound with each of his films. And Harry Gregson Williams also worked on Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so it's that kind of sound that I'm hearing here, and I really like it a lot.
Okay, now that you've actually put it out there in that space, I can see where you're coming from. It's just like one of the more additional thing that makes this project its own thing.
Yeah,
you know, it becomes bespoken to itself. I think that's a really good place to actually put a pin in it on this one. This has been a really fun and interesting journey. I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying some of the changes. So please make sure that you stick around so that we can see how it all really unfolds, and of course, leave comments in the chat. Be kind. Please don't be too brutal, especially regarding some of our cultural references. We are a visitor to this film culturally, but we are still enjoying it. Hey, you really want to enjoy some really dope stuff, yo, check out some of Jaby's content. I'll let him speak on behalf of how you can connect with him.
Yeah, you can subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/getjaby. You can become a member there if you want to watch the whole thing without cuts or interruptions, or become, a member of our Patreon page, patreon.com/Jaby Koay.
Yeah, see, with all that great stuff, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well. And if you need to catch up, there'll be a link in the description for some of the previous episodes. Hey, that's going to be it for this episode. Syntell with the Intel. You just got done talking to Jaby, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace out.